looked and we couldn't determine what it was. It was very low in the water, but we decided, what the heck, it's something, and we swam towards it. It turned out to be a balsa wood 4x8 life raft. No signs of damage to it, nobody on it, nothing, the provisions, the can was not open. I don't know, we never did find out what ship it was off of or anything like that. But anyway, now we were in pretty good shape. Now we were sitting probably 4 feet above the water level. I mean, so we could be seen by other swimmers, and immediately we had people yelling at us. So we paddled back towards them, and they paddled towards us, or swam towards us. And there was 6 more fellows off the ship that were just about out of it. They just about had their fill of swimming. Well, we picked them up, and then now there was 8 of us. And we went through another night and part of the next day. Together. Now we were reasonably safe. We were probably no more than a half mile off the beach of Samar when we saw 6, 7 ships, small ships. So we swam towards them, and they moved towards us, and we were picked up by a landing craft. Okay, that night we moved into Leyte Harbor, and I slept from there on very well. We were under a bombing attack early the next morning, and the fellows on the landing craft that we were on said, "Oh boy, I hope they come back again." And we were all thinking, we've had enough of this stuff. So you had a difference of opinion of what the war was like. Well, anyway, the next day they took us on a larger landing craft to New Guinea, Hollandia, New Guinea. And then from there, we got on a troop ship, and they took us down to Brisbane, Australia, which was kind of an interesting place. I'd love to have gone back a little later. But the next day, after a day there, we took off through the coral reef that makes up the eastern part of Australia. It took us about 14 days to get back to San Francisco, and then we were immediately issued new uniforms and leave papers so that we could go home, where I